That's if I remember chat.
Okie dokie, time to do this thing.
Okay. We are rocking and rolling.
Right on the set. Zoom Room video sponsored by the BMC.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz in the middle of a thunderstorm.
And this is Jack in the middle of waiting for a scheduled appointment at a mechanic to have my brakes done before I drive to Dallas.
Well, your appointment's been scheduled and your car has already been dropped off, so you're not waiting for the appointment, technically.
Okay. I'm waiting for them to perform some sort of
waiting for the mechanic to finish your service.
Yes. If they're even going to get to it. It's going to be funny when I walk.
I doubt it.
The mechanic is actually in walking distance, so that's the fun part.
Boy, it must be nice to have all that stuff now within walking distance of the house, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it was like a 5 to less than 10-minute walk.
Yeah, but even then, you can walk to get cigarettes now. You can walk to get your Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, not gonna happen. That's driving. That's half a mile, man. But yeah, definitely.
You ain't got no car.
Yeah, right now I don't have a car, and it's going to be an interesting one. But welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack. And
it is Taco Tuesday, June 29th, 2021, for the record.
And we have patch number 2.
Patch number
already
2.
Released.
Finally. We know it's coming.
Yeah, so let's go over to the Tweeterverse.
The Tweeterverse.
Chris tweeted out that 5 hours ago that the new patch is live. Server is still deploying, but it should be fully live in under 15 minutes. This brings full double XP and 6 times the in-game Kodo drops, a half dozen bug fixes and more. And enjoy, because the next patch after this is likely to have mount fixes and jumping.
Yay!
Yes, high quality.
How many of you actually
Yeah.
using them mounts out there? That's right. Because everybody's riding those mounts that we really need them to jump. But nice QOL when it comes, but should be held until it gets some QA on the QA until next release. In all reality and in all fairness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when you've got 4, 5, 6, 12 patches a month, it really says something. And it's like, I really wish that someone would archive how many patches are really going into the game every single month.
Yeah, well, if we had release notes like we used to, we would be able to actually go back and track that. But somebody decided to start hiding that from the general public, so nobody can go track that and keep that without actually keeping a running tally of what the hell's going on. So yeah.
Yep. But build number 1401 came out at 6 a.m. this morning.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. And it includes the bonus XP moving from 1.5x to 2x until the 5th.
I can confirm this is real.
I went out and killed some things, and I was going to show you all the loot that I collected and complain about something, but hey, imagine that. I got a idle time out while sitting on the lot.
Idle time out.
And the funny part was, how long was I actually AFK last?
Barely 5 minutes. Basically a smoke break. I mean, if you want to call it 8 to 10 minutes, just because you were lollygagging, you know. I thought our AFK timeout was supposed to be an hour. Oh, I thought our AFK timeout was gone. But why are we getting idle timeouts in 5 and 10 minutes? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. But crown bundles adjusted to now drop at 6 times normal rates in game. The fix for the EU LA needing to be clicked through on each session. Note, the terms didn't change, but they switched SLS or SSL providers, which caused some issues. And there were several loot fixes.
Really? Would an SSL certificate actually cause that to, yeah. Well, I'm having some fun.
Yeah, no.
Several loot fixes, disconnected and reconnected.
Several POT updates. Fixed to make Solace Bridge speak with the Frightened Child task easier to complete. Upgrades to several guidebooks. Resolute, Sean Campbell has been talked to by HR and will no longer obsessively close the building door. Out in Northwood, the improved logic to archive Claire's recover chess piece task was resolved. The Well of Alder, they fixed an issue with some cyan-colored collision was visible. Some pink collision. Pink.
Something like that.
And storehouse containers corrected the name of the animal hide crate. Also added hide props to the crate.
Nice.
And the Death Bunny, they fixed some errors in the collect 3 bones task.
Because typos. Yeah, I was going to say, where are you coming up with pink?
I don't know. Because we've had so many pink issues.
Yeah.
Where pink equals missing texture.
Pink equals something.
Yeah.
Equals something. I don't know.
Hey, man. Those CMYK things, I don't know. Why is black K? I have no clue.
Got me. Your guess is as good as mine.
That is patch number 2.
Because black. Tell him, Econdas. That's right.
Yeah, black.
Tell him.
Hey, man. I do have the transitions lenses if there was enough light in here to change them colors, but no. If it was B, that might be brown or blue, or purple or some other color. But yes, those are our patch notes.
Yay!
So you
patch
ready?
notes.
You ready for that wonderful horse jumping thing?
Again, while we clamored for horse riding, it's nerfed to the point where it doesn't make sense. I can't ride it half the places I want to go. I can't interact with walls, gates, chests, loots. So you got to ride 20 feet to a gate, get off, open said gate, remount. The time it takes to do those animations, I could be at my damn location. So most people aren't. I don't think I've seen anybody riding a horse in months, literally.
A while.
Since they came out. How many people out there, raise your hands, actually ride mounts on a daily basis? I'll wait.
Yes. Econdis is like the mount dismount animation time makes it mostly useless.
Yeah, there's exactly what I'm talking about. But don't get me wrong, I love my mounts, love my nightmares. I sell quite a bit of them.
Yep. And the real question: did I open up any of the things for today?
I don't know. Did you open any of those?
I don't.
I really love the fact that I bug something and then somebody else bugs something and then somebody else gets their bug answered, but mine still sits there lingering on the same bug. And well, again, I gotta laugh because they closed the replies to this bug report because they didn't want any arguments on it. Of course, mine is still open where we can go ahead and take this.
Are you talking like the Shroud math on the BMC ring?
The BMC ring, absolutely, because somebody else noticed the same thing I did. And
that Shroud math, 150 divided by 2 equals 75, not 40.
Yeah, let's bring this up for everybody to look at because I love this stupid answer we got on this one. And of course, you're looking at the old descriptor, which came off a Soda Wiki from a long time ago. First off, is a screenshot that was included. That we'll show you here in just a minute. But again, the answer is BS across the board. Let's get into this. Go ahead.
Okay, bug report. As designed, the ring of an unknown BMC member is bugged. What are you doing? 40% of encumbrance capacity for bonus for uncommon ring. Nowhere, including release notes and official spreadsheet, know any records about this.
That's untrue.
that is untrue because if you go to the uncommon ring, it does say 40% encumbrance capacity.
Well, it's right there in the release notes. First off, had he read the release notes? But
yes. The release notes did say, oops, I got to find the right one. The ring of the BMC, unknown BMC member, no longer features any dual wear restrictions with other BMC rings. The encumbrance bonus has been halved to help accommodate the dual wear restrictions. The meticulous mining collection now scales from 2 to 6% instead of 3 to 9%. The health penalty on the ring of the unknown BMC member now scales throughout the tiers. Common and uncommon varieties feature much less health penalty compared to the epic versions. So, 150% divided by 2 equals 75%, not 40%. Or something wrong with my calculations. Now, this artifact, which I bought for 50,000 in-game gold, is mostly
Give that
useless.
man a cookie because, again, no advance notice. People are spending stupid amounts of gold on artifacts, and then you go ahead and change the rules without getting warning, pissing people off. I love how that works. Really love how that works.
And then you have the image taken from SodaWiki, where a ring crafted from enchanted black rock lost during the excavation of Cooper's Pass 485 PC. Note, the encumbrance bonus adds to the existing bonus for the heavy lifter skill and may not be a full 1.25 times more carrying capacity.
Which is
But
not
the item effects
1.25. Yeah, it's
the
not 1.25. Yeah, thank you.
the item effects are plus 150% encumbrance capacity and plus 5 mining meticulous collection chance. Yeah.
And the answer given.
Text under this picture in your own screenshot says the encumbrance bonus adds onto your heavy lifter and may not actually give you the full percentage listed.
Right. So
but
is
the plus
1.25 more equal to 150%? Is that Shroud math at its best, or is that Shroud math at its best? I'll tell you what.
Yeah. But you know what? Even if you took that 1.25%, divide that down, it's still not 40%. And the fact that it's the description doesn't match the item effects in the sense that it's a straight up plus 150% encumbrance capacity.
Now, for full disclosure, okay, yes, we do understand what they've done with it, and full 100% capacity means that you need to collect some ungodly amount of rings in order to get yourself one of them epic rings, which will bring you up to 100% capacity. And with dual wear, you should be able to get to 200% capacity, which is still not correct in the math that they have described prior in this change. Okay, so I don't know who comes up with the math. I don't know who comes up with the descriptors, but we really got to get in line with the right, if it's been halved, it's been halved where? So one ring should still give you 75%, not 100%, if it's been halved. Am I correct in trying to look at it that way? And then 2 rings should bring you up to the full original 150% instead of 200%. Not that I'm complaining, but I'm complaining for the fact, like this guy who went and spent 50 grand for his ring that gave him really great encumbrance. And when I logged in this past Thursday, my encumbrance was shot and I was overweight, and my whole merchant scheme was shot to hell in one simple pass of a change. Okay, so now I can't carry half of what I used to carry. Matter of fact, I can't carry any of my stuff out to my merchants anymore because of the amount of stuff that I have to carry. So blew that out of the water. Now you expect me to take weeks to go get 130 some odd rings so I can make 2 epic rings. You know what? Ain't happening. Ain't happening. By the way, if anybody's got those epic rings, I'll offer a pretty penny, up to $1 million gold for those epic rings. So come talk to me if you've got those 100% capacity new rings, because I tried spending some time out there. I got about 8 rings, and then I said, screw this noise. By the time I do this, I ain't got time to do this every day till I collect the 100 and something rings. I'm sorry.
That dude bitches. He has a thread complaining about collision in plants, so he can put way more planters in an area that should be, and then would likely complain about the lag.
Absolutely. Because there shouldn't be lag in a place that's overloaded with deco, should there? If I'm allowed to put 3,000 deco, I should be able to put 3,000 deco without a single bit of lag, right?
Hey, Laz.
No, he's got individual planters overlapping each other. So when the plants go to full size, they collide and he can't do anything with them. You need to remove collision on plants. No, you need to not try and exploit the rules.
You mean like this guy over here with his upside down plants and his sideways plants and collision on plants, like this guy?
Hey, Laz, take a wild guess what screen I'm staring at right now. Again.
Laz, your screen is all jacked up.
What do you mean all jacked up?
It looks all rainbow, like it has a rainbowy filter over it.
It's Pride Month.
I don't know. Let me see.
Yes, but
Let me see.
But I was idle disconnected again.
Idle disconnect. Yeah, it got me.
Yeah.
That just looks like a little lag from Twitch until it clears up.
Graphics are weird.
Yeah.
Other people
been having
are seeing
some
that in game.
Yeah, as I've been noticing that my connection to Twitch has been a little bit weird today, including at least 2 disconnects so far. So that might be it. The streaming will probably be causing that discoloration. But yeah, as stacking planters and collision. Well, that's another one that you're breaking the rules and. You're going to complain about rules that you're breaking. So, yeah. But this isn't breaking rules at the ring here. This is just something that, again, I believe there should have been advance notice of these changes so people could prepare for them. And somebody like this guy didn't have to spend 50,000 gold on something that was going to become useless to him the next day after he bought it. Knowing said changes were coming would have been helpful. But, again, he got answered. Mine is still sitting there, and I reported mine day 1, but nobody answers my shit anymore. I say, where's my prizes? Where's my prizes?
And Azazel's like, I get idle disconnected all the time as well.
Well, the funny thing is,
supposed to happen.
Mom said you're not supposed to get that disconnect when sitting on your own lot, which happens to me. But the other day,
that's the problem. If you're anywhere else in the world, you're fine. If you're on your own lot, in your own basement, in your own dungeon, it disconnects you.
Right, but
I reported it. I looked into it. Justin looked into it.
Yeah,
right.
So it's stuck somewhere above their pay grade.
Jack's lot. This isn't Jack's lot.
My alt's account. It's my alt's lot. I'm just a co-owner on the lot.
But because you're a co-owner, it probably counts.
And I was going to say, Econda sat on this lot for like 12 hours the other day.
It's somewhere stuck above the bug moderator's pay grade. Because I know that they've looked into it. I helped them test.
Yeah.
Crossfire Bug's Eye. Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's being used for deco. He's not looking to harvest those. I understand that. Yeah. And Chris claims he can't repo.
Yeah. Well, Chris claims he can't repro a lot of things, but yeah.
If he played the game right, he could. Anyway.
Yes.
The sideways and upside down.
I mentioned not using a non-GM client, and he said he tried. That was two streams ago.
2 streams ago? Yeah.
I tried to do something with a non-GM client. Yeah. With my GM character.
Yeah, well, that would also be, you got to get on with a regular non-GM, non-modded character and play with, like Lord British did, Lord British had his Lord British character, and then he's got his alt character that he plays normally on, and that's how he finds stuff, is playing with his normal character, not with his modded Lord British character. But anyway, again, I could sit on my lot for a while, but I still get kicked on my lot sitting over there. So I still don't believe that's working as intended for whatever reasons it may be. It's really odd. I've just found that AFK in a lot of games. I'll give you a good example. I'll be in a place in Grand Theft Auto, and I'll stop doing something. I'll come back a couple minutes later, and it says, 12 more minutes till you get kicked for AFK activity. But then I'll be playing the game, and I'll alt-tab out to check something like an email real quick, and then I'll alt-tab back in, and it tells me I was punted due to idle timeout, even though I was only alt-tabbed out for less than a minute. So how they do this in different games is bewildering at times, but I don't know why we need a timeout to begin with. You want people to be in the game, don't you? You want people connected to the game to give your connectivity counts higher numbers. So why don't we just get rid of that altogether? People want to stand around on their lots, or they want to stand staring at a wall in a Doris. What cost of bandwidth? Jesus Christ, for crying out loud.
It's the cost of bandwidth.
Costs less than $1,000 a month to run this game. We know that. That's for everything. That's for everything.
Yeah, I know.
More like less than $800 a month, last we heard. But that's so we got to spend an extra $200 for a couple people standing around looking at a wall. Mom says she's fine anywhere except on her own property. Yeah,
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, bug hunters are able to reproduce it, but Chris isn't. So
again, just get rid of it.
It's one where it's like everybody's telling you this is an issue.
How about we just go back to the standard 1 hour AFK timeout and be done with it? Again, I mean, I was fine with the 1 hour, because if I'm not playing for an hour, then it really means I'm not playing. So again, I'm being a little facetious when I say just get rid of it altogether, if that's what you want to do, because basically, apparently, that's what he wants to do. So why don't we just get rid of the mechanic altogether, and that should be problem solved, right? Not trying to reproduce not try and reproduce it. Just pull the code out. I think we'd just go ahead and fix that problem, but that's just me,
yes, we would.
Because I think logically,
Just change the way that timeouts are implemented. Yes.
And then, Jack, we've got to go here because you're just going to love this Shroud math.
Oh.
Like nobody's business, because Wilfred does exactly what we're talking about for years now in this game. So I'm just going to let you have at it with the Lord British replenishing birthday cake, because you people are going to love this, because Wilfred hits it right on the money as far as I'm concerned.
Please remove the heritage tag from replenishing Lord British birthday cake 2021. One of the cool things about Soda is how players can freely trade stuff with each other. Heritage tags are just sad and should only be added to items when absolutely necessary, such as when re-releasing rares from the past.
Doing that either.
It would be even better if rares were never re-released. Instead, release new versions with slightly different color schemes.
Go Wilfred. Go Wilfred.
I can see how cakes from past years should have the heritage tag, but the current year cake should be freely tradable.
They shouldn't have it. A 2016 cake should not be available in 2021. I'm sorry. It just shouldn't be.
It should not. Yeah. So here's my expanded thoughts. If the replenishing Lord British Cake 2021 continues to be sold as a heritage item, then I will buy 3 of them during the release sale, and gripe to myself while making the purchase because I hate having to buy heritage items.
Amen. Preach it, brother. Preach it.
If the heritage tag is removed from this year's sale only, and the devs promise to sell the replenishing birthday cake 2021 with the heritage tag in the future years, so this year's version is more desirable than the version sold in future years, then I'll buy 5 of them during the release sale. If the heritage tag is removed and the devs promise to only sell the replenishing Lord British Cake 2021 during this release sale, and promise that no versions of the older versions will ever be sold again after this release, making it an exclusive rare, then I will buy at least 9 of them. Other players will probably make similar decisions to purchase more or less 2021 cakes, depending on the perceived rarity. It is just basic psychology.
Give that man a cupcake.
Yes. I mean, rares. Yes. So let's do the math.
Let's do the math. Let's go.
$10 Packaging it for trade so it can be resold to another player costs 200 crowns. So if 3 were sold, if 3 of the 21 cakes are sold for every 5 of the 2021 cakes that have been sold without the heritage tag, then for every 3 cakes sold, 10 of the 2021 heritage cakes must be packaged for trade to make up the lost revenue from selling 2 less cakes. Are enough cakes being packaged for trade to make up for the loss in revenue due to selling cakes with the heritage tag? I seriously doubt it. But only the devs can run the actual numbers to know for sure. Devs, you could run the numbers on the past 12 months for sales and packaging of the 2020 cakes or anything else that's actually been repackaged by another player over the past year to make up for lost sales. But even if there's more revenue from the packaging than the lost sales, I think the goodwill that would be gained by removing the heritage tag would more than make up for it.
Amen to that, brother.
Yes. If for every heritage 2021 cake sold during the 2021 sale, 3 of the 2021 cakes could have been sold as exclusive rares, only available for purchase during the 2021 sale with no heritage or other versions ever to be sold again. Then the devs are getting on 1/3 of the possible revenue they could receive from the 2021 cakes this year. So twice the number of cakes sold this year would need to be sold in future years to make up for the year's lost revenue.
You're not losing any revenue when you're selling Pixel Crack, first off. You're not losing any revenue, okay? Your revenue is coming from subscriptions and crown sales. Anything in the Kodo store is Pixel Crack and is additional revenue. You're not losing any money from that. Let's get that clear.
Yeah. Well, Crossfire's Bug's Eye statement is, no way they read all that and he overcomplicated it.
No, because let's continue, because he's right on the target as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure as far as Jack's concerned, because you know what? When you put heritage items on, stuff that Jack and I were buying 10 and 20 of, we're now buying 0 of. So tell me how that revenue works out for you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Big zeros now. We would buy 10 and 20 of these items every time they came out. So now we're buying 0. Tell us how that revenue stream is working out for you.
You remember when they like I literally used to go out and buy 10 to 20 of every single package.
Absolutely. That's
that
what
was
I'm
supposed
saying.
to be a rare.
Absolutely. Yeah. Same here.
Now
the Silver Serpent necklaces, I got loads of them. Hot tubs, I got loads of them. And loads of other stuff that I bought in bulk because they were supposed to be rares.
Yes. And you have to remember, it's like Laz and myself were both considered whales.
Yes.
But at the same time, which is really funny, because how much money have I spent on Shroud of the Avatar in the last 2 years since I issued developer challenge number 2?
Yeah. But how much did you initially drop in investments?
A fuck ton, a metric fuck ton.
Let's not talk about the other thing you dropped the fuck ton of money on that we're not going to talk about. Yeah, which was probably equal to or more than you actually dropped on Shroud of the Avatar.
It's all relative, man.
Yeah, I know.
But are enough heritage cakes being sold in future years to make up for the loss of revenue from less current year sales? I seriously doubt it.
Nope.
Oh, offer up the priest outfit for the dev challenge? That's hilarious, Econdis. I doubt, I mean, it's like, that would be, participate in the dev challenge, or I show up if they still had offices, or I show up in the priest outfit.
Show up in the priest outfit. That's right.
Yeah. Yes. But are enough cakes being sold this way? Yeah. The answer is like we don't have any real information on how many cakes were sold, or how much money is being made from any of this. It's possible that heritage items are making them a lot of money. The one thing that I could use is the crown sales off of shroudmarketplace.com, which are cheaper than buying them directly from Portnip.
That's right. So when you're out there making 6 times the crowns, remember you can sell those crowns on shroudmarketplace.com for real cash.
That's right. But the 2020 cakes were sold last year versus the year sales of 2020 cakes determine how long it will take to make up the revenue that was lost last year by not selling the cake as an exclusive rare. But even if possible future revenue from selling heritage cakes outweighs the current revenue from selling the cakes as exclusive rares, I think the goodwill that would be gained by selling the cakes as exclusive rares would more than make up for it.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
Yeah. I understand the tendency of the devs to look at everything going on with the game player trading market and be annoyed that they are not getting a cut of the action.
They could be if they bought Shroud Marketplace.
Yeah, or they could set up their own marketplace, just like Linden Labs did for Second Life, and take a cut of every single transaction. Or what Steam does whenever you buy or sell things from other players. It's like Steam takes a cut of all that. It's like, why did they abandon all the Half-Life development? Because they're making money hand over fist creating Steam. Because it's like they're making a ton of money. But yes. Yes, and EA definitely did pull Ultima Underworld from GOG, and there's talk about them reviving certain IPs that are old.
If you didn't buy those by yesterday, you're out of luck. I made sure I got my copies.
I understand the tendency of the devs to look at everything going on and be annoyed. The replenishing Lord British birthday cake was being traded between players in-game for over 10,000 crowns for a while. But devs, please consider what I'm saying and understand that by discouraging players trade between players with the heritage tag and reissuing items that are considered rares, you are basically killing the goose that lays the golden egg.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
Because people like Jack and myself, just 2 of us, aren't buying 20 and 30 of each item, okay? Like we used to. And I'm sure that there are hundreds of other people who are just not doing it anymore because of said actions, heritage. Yeah, and I'm not paying you 20% to resell something to somebody else. Just not doing it. Ain't gonna happen. Wouldn't be prudent.
And yeah, so it is one that has caused an immense amount of frustration for myself and Laz. It has caused actually several people to actually quit playing the game because they bought into it based off of the concept of the rares market, and that evaporated.
And they still advertise that in the goddamn opening statement. Come in and collect all sorts of rares. No, there aren't any all sorts of rares anymore if you keep offering them up for sale day in and day out. That's a blatant misconception. Yes. Sorry.
There is no such thing as a rare in Shroud of the Avatar. Other than maybe the pledge items, which is the one thing they vowed they're never going to touch.
No, Econdas, I did not. Where did you send it?
He sent, wasn't maybe Discord? Because he did post your pink screen. That was Mom that posted the pink screen. It's very pink. Very, very, very nice pink.
Oh, about Underworld. Yeah. I had seen that. It was all over the media for whatever it was.
And hot tip, you can get an extra set of cupcakes by purchasing the cake in June. The cakes don't replenish in June, but they will dispense a set of cupcakes immediately after purchase. So you can purchase the cake in June, get the cupcakes, and then get another set of cupcakes in July.
There.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Edit.
Also an edit. Also an edit.
Yeah. Also, devs, please stop referring to exclusive items as dead content. Your dead content is my rares. Back in 2016, I bought more than 10 of the Replenishing Lord Birthday Cake 2016 based on what I thought was a promise that it would be an exclusive rare, never to be released in any form. I'm willing to overlook and forgive the injury that re-releasing a heritage version would caused me, because I want this game to continue to grow and succeed. But referring to the Replenishing Lord Birthday Cake 2016 as dead content is just insulting to me and adding insult to my injury. So please stop. And remember, anything that can be reskinned with a different color scheme is never dead content.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Edit, this post may seem a little ranty, but fuck it. So devs, please understand that I really like Soda and I appreciate all the improvements that do get made every month. The topic of rares and collectibles is just something I really care about. Thank you, devs, for all the hard work and passion you put into the game. Blah, 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 blah. Hot tip, the buy in June, it replenishes in July. Yeah.
Yes. As soon as you buy something, you can get it to pay out, and then it replenishes where it's supposed to be.
Caffeine, what was that yawn?
What was that?
Shit.
It was were you stretching?
Stretching, yep.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for that, Caffeine.
I gotta give a big shout out to Wilfred for putting this.
Guess what I'm on it? Guess what I'm on number 3 of?
Disconnects, because you're not sitting on the lot. That's right.
It's like,
gotta love it. Shit. Gotta love it. Free disconnect sitting on a lot that's not your own in less than an hour. Actually, less than 40 minutes so far. Free disconnects. Yeah, and you've got that really good internet too, don't you? You got that really, really great internet going on for you. But
well, if he's got no input, don't they consider him just lagging out?
No, well, I got no input either. Disconnect. Yeah. It's just, sitting there. Again, it's not supposed to happen if, but it's happening.
Yeah, it's here. I got a great solution. Quit. There you go. I'm going to show you all of my great game items so y'all can stare at a black screen, because that's
I'm going to make Econdas laugh here for a second, because I even went as far to do this. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Where is it?
There's your Shroud game right there for you. Black window. Perfect.
Is for those items that were going out of the Goog store, Good Old Games. Not only did I make sure I had just most of everything to begin with, but I also made sure to download the standalone installers for all the Ultima games, as well as the two or three that were going to be delisted, even though if you own them, they're supposed to remain in the store for you to get. But I didn't want to take those chances. So, yeah, so exactly. Just in case, I downloaded all the standalone installers for all those games, but I've got a CD with all the Ultimas on them floating around in my collection as well. But these are just the ones off of Good Old Games that I went ahead and made sure that I had the standalone installers for. And they're in my Dropbox, so it'd be hard to lose them. Yeah, original floppies. There you go. Floppies.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I saw a really killer meme the other day. It was 8 gigabyte flash drive for $2.99. And it was sitting next to a 5 1/4 inch floppy, and the comparison was, this is equal to 10,800 and something of these, and the floppy was, I think the floppy cost more than a damn flash drive at the time, more than $2.99 a piece at the time. But I've got my UO CDs floating around here someplace.
So when I was packing my stuff, I have my original UO CDs, including the box for the Second Age as well.
Yeah, T2A.
Yep. because T2A was the shit.
Was the bomb, man. The bomb.
Yeah. And there's a reason that almost everybody that runs a UO shard essentially runs T2A.
Yeah, as the installer.
Yeah, and it's like.
But again, as I've been trying to get this out, gotta give a big shout out and props to Wilfred for actually putting this out there and taking the time to write all that up and put it in perspective and post it to the forum so that everybody can see that, because it's something that Jack and I have been talking about literally for years here on the stream. And the fact is that I believe heritage items actually hurt sales. And again, for people like us who would collect a bunch of those, and I would keep a bunch for myself, and yes, we would resell some on the secondary market, because the secondary market was something that we spent a good 2.5 hours talking with Lord British, Dark Star, and the team about at a convention one time. Yeah. 2.5 hours just on the economy, resale, and RMT. 2.5 hours of a convention just on that one topic. And yes, we do have that in recording in the archives. If you want to go out to YouTube and look for it, it's there. You know, so, and you can hear all the pros, cons, why we should, why it should be allowed, why we, you know, why it keeps the economy stimulated, and so on. So yes, you know, those cakes were selling for.
Yeah, it's like the entire business model, especially considering after they went to free to play, is really about selling pixel crack.
Yes,
so that's the subscriptions, and pixel crack are their core business model.
Kodos.
So it's like
pixel crack is all gravy as far as I'm concerned. Kodos, because you got to sell the Kodos to buy the pixel
and subscriptions.
Crack. Yeah, Kodos and subscriptions is the main income, and then the pixel crack, because that's how you get, you know, the Kodos sales, is to have the pixel crack. Now, you know
I've spent more on marbles on stream,
absolutely,
in the last year than I have on.
You know what happens?
And it's like,
once I have all those cakes, I don't buy anymore. Okay, you know what happens once I have all those fireworks, which I have, I don't buy anymore. Okay, so when you don't release new ones, or you just release like one new, I don't even know if there's a new fireworks added. Was there a new fireworks added this year? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But it's like the business model is to sell digital goods through.
When I have all these Lord British rares, when I have the shields, when I have the cloaks, when I have the basement entrances, and you don't release anymore, I don't buy anymore. So re-releasing the old stuff does not give you new sales, unless you're expecting the new people who come in. But about 1/10 of your population is new people. So the other 90% of the people aren't buying anything new, because you're not releasing anything new. So you're losing 90% of possible sales because you're relying on that 10% of newbies to buy the old stuff. It's you know, shooting yourselves in the foot. I'm sorry. Release new stuff on the daily, on the regular, on the monthly, on the weekly, because that's what sells. New stuff sells. And how do we notice? Because yes, we buy new marbles all the time. We buy new stuff all the time. The other games I play, they release stuff weekly.
Hell, it's like I if you looked at the amount of money that I've spent on Golf Rival, which is a mobile game that's pay to win because you buy better marbles that they just reskin. And it's like, the
blue marble's better than the green marble. The aqua marble's better than the absolutely.
Crossfire Bug's Eye, if you really think about, that would be essentially converting an artist to full-time pixel crack updates and
the amount
reskinning
of revenue that would be. First off, all he's got to do is reskin items. Okay.
Yeah.
That's first off. So a lot of those items, all you got to do is change the color, add a new date to it, and the art's already there. So you're going to be generating that income. You're going to be generating that artist's income just off that. Then in his spare time, he can make new stuff while you're paying him to do the other stuff, and he's going to be generating more income. Yeah.
But yeah, it is one where it is hard for. I mean, it is easy for us to sit there and bitch from the wings. But
you know,
it is something that we have said.
You know what happened to all those interns they hired who they didn't pay right? They all went off and opened their own damn companies, and they're making mint now, selling pixel crack. Okay, I can give you a handful of them who are out there selling their own products now because that's what they're doing. Let's see. Finn Staver's got his own company selling his own pixel crack. Esteban came out of college.
Was not.
Well,
Finn
he wasn't an intern. I know.
Was not an intern, and he already had his focus really was VR. So he was brought in VR, and because during the initial Kickstarter, there was that talk about making the game VR. But thankfully that stretch goal never made it, or else we would still this would have turned into another.
I was playing Shroud of the Avatar in VR just the other day, just for shits and giggles, and it really doesn't work well because again, all it does is just put it in big screen format in front of your face, and you can't see your keyboard to do what you're doing. So unless you're a keyboard monkey, and you know exactly where your fingers are. Yeah, I'm not a touch typist.
It's easy, man. You've got the little nipples on the two keys.
I know the F and the K, the F and the K key, right, or the F and the J key. I'm sorry, F and J.
Yes, but you do have. But
if you can actually feel those, because I can barely feel those.
Yeah, the game is not optimized at all for anything because we're still not getting 60, 90, 120 frames per second. And for VR, you really need 90 frames per second per eye.
Yeah. Barely breaking 25 frames per second here, sitting in Al's head.
Oh.
23, 25, 26, 24, 28, 22.
Yeah. Intern world builder working on the Lord of the Isle scene. It's like, jeez. Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah, never heard anything else back, which ain't gonna happen anyway because we're not gonna be here. Oh no, that wouldn't be till next week anyway. So we got
Crossfire Bug Size, like tons of stuff they can do. There's a set of 16 horse mounts on Unity Asset Store for $7. Just use the skins from that set on the current mounts, and they'll make a ton off of it. Hey, man.
But again, you got to look at that $7 is for private use. I don't think that's for commercial use.
No. It's probably for commercial. They don't really care about that. It's like if you really looked at the price of some of these things,
you mean like the $50 horse statue, the one that we complained about a couple of years that they paid next to nothing for? Yeah, we already know about that. We're well versed in that as well. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Wilfred knocked it out of the park in his assessment of pixel crack and how to run the math and how and again, he's talking just about himself. He'll buy upwards of 10 of an item if you get rid of those heritage tags. And of course, if we got rid of them, I would be buying them again. Jack would probably be buying them again, and dozens of other people would be buying them again in bulk. But it's one of them. Happy Trojan Duck Day. Oh, yeah. We never did get a Trojan Duck, did we? And I guess you're not logging back in because not worth your time to log back in, right?
Why?
You keep getting kicked?
I've had 3 idle disconnects just sitting on the lot. It's like, yeah. So the game is actually a black window, but yeah. For 120 frames per second. But yeah.
But meanwhile, it is the last day of the week for us because Jack's got to go to Dallas. And, of course, we won't be here for the first of the month. We won't be here on Thursday to do our monthly race. So the monthly race is going to take place next Monday on the 5th. Of course, you've got today and tomorrow to get your subscriptions in or your donations in. We don't have to be live in order for you to get those subs in, I don't believe. But
you don't.
Again, is the last 2 days to do that in order to qualify for the monthly race for 500 crowns of the obsidian. So go check that out if you haven't done it yet. Make sure you get yourself into this month's race. And of course, let's tell them about that wonderful Shroud of the Avatar community calendar that should be listed on the events page, but isn't.
But you know that Shroud of the Avatar community calendar on NBNN.info is an aggregate of all the available Google public calendars that Laz knows about.
That's right.
Ooh.
Loads of
If you have
calendars
a
here, folks. Loads of calendars.
Loads of calendars that people need to update their fucking calendars. And everything today is just radio events. So, yeah, you can go to nbnn.info, click on the calendar button, and look at all of these calendars. And then you too can tell people to update their fucking calendars.
Update your calendars.
Yeah. It's like, so Laz, when are you going to delete the Avatar's radio calendar?
Already did. That's the new Virtue Radio calendar.
Okay.
That's the new Virtue Radio calendar. Yeah. I updated it last week, brother. Don't tell me that. I update the calendar.
No, I like just go through, delete them all.
click on more details.
Yes. But yes.
And more details will give you the Avatar's Virtue Radio live host calendar. Not Avatar's Radio, the Avatar's Virtue Radio live calendar. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's what it's called. That's what the new calendar is called.
Yep.
Yes.
But yes.
Because the old calendar was crappy. But of course, you're tuned in to Lunch with Laz and Jack right here on NBNN.info, twitch.tv/Synesis, twitch.tv/NBNN News in the pink today. And of course, you can catch us in replays on YouTube, on Twitch, on WRFB Radio Free Britannia around the clock at 12s and 6s. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But we don't care how you watch, how you tune in. We just appreciate it because if it wasn't for folks like you tuning in, we wouldn't be here for as long as we've been here. We are the longest running show right here inside Shroud of the Avatar. We are the longest running radio station here inside of Shroud of the Avatar, and we will continue to bring you the latest and greatest train wreck on the internet right here live in game. So keep on tuning in and keep up your support because we appreciate it. The BMC, the Britannian Mining Company, wants you to go check out Black Rock Cove. Duke Ezekiel Cooper is constantly renovating it, and of course, he's got all sorts of surprises up his sleeve. 30 teleporters in the town to get you around for your shopping experience. Guild pricing across the boards. If you want to know what you should be pricing or what price range you should be selling things at, you can go to bmcguild.com/price guide and check it out. And of course, I will explain to everybody the reason behind the price guide. They published a price guide because they assume that everybody's going to undercut them. And when you go and undercut the BMC goes out and buys all your stock and then sells it at their prices. So if you think you're getting over on them, you're not, because there's a reason why they produced that price guide. And that's the honest truth. Go check out Black Rock Cove today. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, bringing you the latest news and entertainment 24/7 around the clock, including two idiots, that's us, at 12s and 6s around the clock, 12 live at noon, Monday through Friday, except for this week where we're not going to be here past today, so we're taking the rest of the week off, 5-day weekend, so I'm going to get to VR and geek out for the rest of the week, and I'm going to be loving it.
Lots of VR porn.
Lots of VR.
Like everything on Laz's right-hand side is going to be white next week. It's already a little splotchy.
It already is white.
But it's going to be whiter. Yeah. Maybe like a yellowish color.
And don't forget Wild Safari with Fiona and Wildman, Twisted Sister, every Saturday night at 6. Right here for your enjoyment as well. Hourly world news, music throughout the day. Tune in WRFB.rock/soda on your internet web browsers or your Aether vibration amplifiers in-game. ShroudMusic.com for ABC files. If you want ABC files, go visit ShroudMusic.com because all the other ABC file sites are closed down. And ShroudMarketplace.com, the place to buy or sell anything and everything Shroud and Avatar related, so long as it isn't a bannable offense. And there ain't much that's a bannable offense, so you can go do just about anything you want out there.
That's right. You need to go to shroudmarketplace.com, click on that register account, and buy anything and everything as long as it's not a bannable offense that can be sold by one of over 200 different players registered as
DOT
vendors.
Warner Castle lots. Yeah. Tax-free city lots.
Anything
Imbued
and everything.
gems.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff, including the cylindrical automaton robot pet or your broom decoration pet.
Yeah.
Tiny
Non-combat clockwork pets for $15. I think I'm selling mine for $5. So
hey, man, you know what? ShroudMarketplace.com. The great thing about it is vendors get to set their own prices and maintain their own inventory. So
tiny
you get
airship,
anything and everything.
$15. Yeah, I can undercut that too.
so the real question is airship. Like, let's do a search on airship and see what all comes up. Only one person selling right now.
Yeah, well, they were actually selling the airship in the Crown Shop last week.
Oh, you know what? It's all good, man. But anything and everything, ShroudMarketplace.com. Go register and buy stuff from other players. Ooh, including crowns. But it's time for us to close giveaways and pick wieners. Because Box Try won again.
Box Try.
This random thing is not very random because same people keep on tend to win.
Well, you know, when you only got 5 people entering in your side, and it's the same 5 people. But we're closing the giveaway on this side. Let's see who our winner is. And Econdas is the winner on this side. Econdas, let's see what you're going to get yourself a copy of.
Yes, Boxtry got himself a copy of Yooka-Laylee.
Yooka-Laylee, huh?
Yeah. All new open world platformer. Yes.
Very cool. As we scroll down here. Actually, now I got to scroll up because I scrolled down too far. And he's got himself a copy of Lucius 3. Lucius 3 on Steam for Econdas. Congratulations to you. And let's just take a quick peek. What's Lucius 3 going for?
And the funny part is that was the last key from that order.
Currently 85% off at $2.99.
Oh,
is
good,
normally $19.99. It's the Steam Summer Sale. Usually it's a $20 game.
Yeah.
Steam Summer Sale is going on now. If you haven't bought anything and you got stuff on your wish list, get out there now because it's going to end soon. I've already bought a crap load of games for VR in the summer sale, and I'm going to continue to look for some great deals in the meantime. But meanwhile, we got to get out of here. We'll be back with more next Monday right here on NBNN. Okay, so till then, Jack's off to Dallas. I'll be sitting here playing with VR, and we'll be back on Monday. Till then, again, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great weekend, folks. We'll see you all on Monday.
Bye-bye, everybody. Time to go smoke a cigarette.
Why is my outro not playing?